Tēnā koutou katoa, he mihi nui tēnā kia koutou, e rangatira o nā haukainga me nā rangatira o nā haue whā, nō reira tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Good morning everyone, my name is Shelley Cambell and as the CEO for Sir Peter Blake Trust, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to the official presentation reception for the 2011 Sir Peter Blake Youth EnviroLeaders Forum. Can I acknowledge our distinguished guests, MP Nicky Wagner, Trust Board members, our partners including representatives from the Ministry of Environment, Westpac, Fuji Xerox, Lion Foundation, and of course our fabulous hosts from the Auckland Business School. A very special welcome to our delegates because of course this morning is all about you. The Youth EnviroLeaders Forum was designed to inspire our future environmental leaders. Not surprisingly, there was considerable interest from across the country and we received twice the number of applications as there were places. You were chosen because of your passion and commitment to protect and enhance our planet for future generations. Sir Peter Blake was a man of action. Those who knew him well, and there are some people in this room, particularly Don over here, talk particularly of his clear vision, his great dreams. They talk of his decisiveness and ability to inspire others, and of course his love for a great adventure. In the last 5 days, we have seen some of these same characteristics in many of you. It is fitting, therefore, that this year's leadership theme for Sir Peter Blake Trust is Great New Zealand Teams. During your time out on the water, in the marae, through your action-packed field trips and spending time with our guest speakers at night, you have shown us that you really know and understand what great Kiwi teamwork is all about. Over the next hour and a half, we intend to showcase your talent in a series of business group presentations. We look forward to hearing your ideas and innovations around the forum themes of sustainable tourism, environmentally responsible business, and urban water management. We will then conclude the forum by presenting you with your certificates of achievement. Can I now introduce Nicky Wagner, our National MP for Christchurch. For those that didn't meet Nicky on Monday at Orake Marae, she trained as a teacher and has a background in business and governance. Nicky has a vision for New Zealand that includes a clean, green environment, clean water, clean air, and the opportunity for all New Zealanders to enjoy the great outdoors, which of course is our birthright. She's also a thoroughly, genuinely nice person as well, for those that got the chance to meet her. So can I ask you to join me in welcoming her to the lectern, Nicky Wagner.
Thank you very much. That's the best kind of introduction. I appreciate it. Kia ora, everybody. It's really nice to be back here again with you people. I know that you've had a fantastic week. I know that you've learned a lot. I know that you've focused on the 3 themes, the environmentally responsible business, the urban water management, and sustainable tourism. And I also know that you haven't had a lot of sleep. But that's good. That's what Easter's for. I'd like to start by thanking Dr. Paul Reynolds and the Ministry of the Environment for supporting this forum, and also, of course, the Sir Peter Blake Trust for putting such an interesting, challenging and insightful program on. When I spoke to you at the beginning of the week, I outlined some of the progress the government has made over the last 2.5 years about environmental issues. We also talked about the importance of the environment to the economic well-being of our country. And as you would have seen this week, it does make good business sense to care about the environment, and environmentally responsible businesses are a growing part of our economy. The government has a number of tools that can be used to encourage businesses to use good environmental practices. Some are like the National Environment Standards, we call them the NESs, that are rules that must be complied with. But others are designed to provide incentives to encourage businesses to make changes. One of those, of course, is New Zealand's emissions trading scheme. the ETS is a really important part of our environmental policy. By putting a price on carbon, we are providing an economic incentive for businesses to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions. It's still early days for the ETS, but we're seeing businesses making real steps to reduce their emissions, and that's good news for the environment. We see it as a really positive initiative. The government can also support businesses looking to take advantage of other opportunities being environmentally responsible can offer. The Waste Minimisation Fund supports projects that increase the reuse, the recovery and the recycling of waste to reduce the amount of waste that's going into landfill. And we talked about this yesterday, Monday, it seems like forever. We talked about this on Monday when I mentioned the nappy composting plant just in Rangiora and the amount that it's allowed not to go into landfill. The Waste Minimisation Fund is a key tool to help businesses and groups take their great ideas to reduce waste and to turn them into reality. Now, over the last week, you've looked at urban water management, and we realise, of course, that the quality of fresh water is something that all New Zealanders care about. The Land and Water Forum, which I talked about again on Monday, it's a diverse group of people and organisations that are working together but have often competing views on how we should manage our freshwater resource. And I'm interested in your theme of great New Zealand teams, because this is an experiment in collaboration, and the government has asked them to work together to make recommendations on how we can do better. We can all do better without all the legal battles and the bad feeling. So we've got into this room probably about 80 different organisations, all with different views on water, from recreationalists to irrigators, from farmers to city water users, got them all in the same room and said, okay, what have we got in common? How can we go forward to do a better job in managing our water, and how we can minimise the conflict? And it's working really well. Their success has shown us that by fostering a collaborative approach to water management, we can achieve lasting solutions that will better meet the needs of everyone in our country. You'll also see a stronger partnership between iwi and the Crown as we work together to clean up a number of our neglected waterways. And we mentioned the Waikato River and the Te Arawa Lakes, which have special cultural, social and recreational values as well as economic importance. And we're putting a lot of energy and a lot of money into cleaning up those waterways. And we're beginning to see progress to restore the quality of their water. Now, I just want to stop for a minute to update you on Natalie Crimp. I don't know if you remember, Natalie Crimp was the 14-year-old girl from Christchurch who designed nappy composting for her science project. And we talked about her on Monday. I rang her in North Carolina because she got a scholarship to go to North Carolina, and I had a conversation with her, so I can give you an update of where she's got to. She's just graduating from that university. She's been there for the last 4 years, so she's been doing postgraduate work. She's been working in the environment, particularly in cleaning up the Mississippi Delta area where the university is, and also in making documentaries about innovation and about environmental issues. She's done a project on documentaries. But the other thing that she's done is she's an expert snowboarder, and she's just won an award at her university for the best athlete for snowboarding. And so now that she's finished and graduated for university, I said, well, what are you going to do? And there was a bit of dead silence, because I think she thought she was going to do something, up here academically. She's going to snowboard for the season. So I think that just shows us the holistic point of view of young people. She's a very innovative young woman, very talented, with a scientific background, but also interested in the arts and creating documentaries, but she's also capable on a snowboard. And I like the idea of our New Zealanders can do the whole lot. We can go out there and make it happen. So that's an update on Natalie Crimp. Now, I know you've had some great field trips this week, and I'm sure you've learned a whole lot about the themes that you've been focusing on. These experiences will reinforce what we already know about that caring for the environment is good for business and good for all of us as New Zealanders. It's great to see you all again. I'm glad you've had a fantastic week. I hope that it will underpin some of the things that you do in the future, and I'm really looking forward to seeing your presentations. Kia kaha.